In a small town tucked beneath ancient mountains, where twilight lingered a little longer, there lived a dreamer named Avani. She wasn't like the others. Her skin, deep and rich like the night, seemed to carry the secrets of distant stars. But in a world obsessed with light, Avani always felt hidden, invisible. She worked in her aunt's tailoring shop, stitching ordinary clothes, saris for weddings, sherwanis for festivals. But her heart belonged to another world. In a secret sketchbook, she drew dreams, gowns that shimmered like moonlight, fabrics alive with galaxies. Yet she kept them hidden, too afraid to show her creations. People had told her she was too dark, too different. Runways aren't meant for girls like you, they had said. And so, Avani believed them. One night, the power went out. Avani climbed into the dusty attic of her home, searching for candles. But instead, she found something strange. An old loom glowing softly in the darkness, as if waiting to be discovered. The wood was carved with symbols of stars, constellations, and ancient beings. Avani ran her fingers over its patterns, and the loom responded, shimmering with a light not of this world. Curious, she pressed the pedals, and threads of starlight began to flow. With every pull, the loom spun a fabric of pure night, a cloth embroidered with constellations, swirling nebulae, and the glow of distant moons. Creation and transformation. Back Avani couldn't stop. Every night she worked in secret, weaving the fabric of her dreams. She draped the cloth around herself, soft silk woven from the cosmos, and for the first time she felt beautiful. Her deep brown skin glowed beneath the fabric, not hidden but amplified, like the night sky embracing the stars. With each creation, her confidence grew. The loom whispered stories of forgotten goddesses, Kali, fierce and bold, whose darkness held power. Tara, the goddess of night, who guided the lost with her light, and Chandrika, who danced under the moon, unashamed of her shadows. Through the magic of the loom, Avani began to understand. Beauty is born in the dark. Creation Aunt discovered the loom one morning and scolded her. Aunt, angry. Enough of this nonsense, Avani. No one will wear clothes that look like the night. Stop hiding in fantasies. Avani's heart sank. She felt the old fears rise, whispering, "You'll never belong. No one will accept what you create." In a moment of weakness, she tore apart her sketches and decided she wouldn't enter the competition. That night, Avani dreamed of Kali. The goddess stood before her, fierce, radiant, draped in a sari of galaxies and stardust. Kali, calm but powerful. They told me I was too dark, too wild, too fierce. But the night child is where stars are born. Without the darkness, light would have no meaning. Avani awoke with new purpose. The fear was still there, but something stronger had taken root. Belief. Belief in her dreams. Belief in herself. She returned to the loom one last time. With every thread she pulled, she wove her heart, her identity, and her dreams into the fabric. It was a gown unlike anything she had ever imagined, woven from the night sky itself, shimmering with stars and whispers of the cosmos. When Avani wrapped the gown around her, she felt it. She wasn't hiding anymore. She was shining. The day of the competition arrived. Avani didn't send in a model. She wore the gown herself. As she stepped onto the runway, the lights dimmed and her dress began to glow. The constellations swirled, the moonlight danced along the hem, and the audience gasped in awe. For the first time in her life, Avani stood under the lights, unafraid. She wasn't just showing a dress. She was showing herself. The girl who thought she was too dark, too different, too small to belong. And in that moment, she knew the world might never have been ready for a girl like her. But she was ready for the world. That night, Under the open sky, Avani stood on her rooftop, her gown shimmering in the moonlight. She looked up at the stars with tears in her eyes, not of sadness, but of pride. The magical loom in the attic flickered softly, as if to say, "This is just the beginning." And Avani smiled, because she finally knew the night was hers.